Welcome, retail traders. Today I want to bring you the stock called Roku, and I'm going to tell you how I come across it. I've done a weekly session on how to create a watch list, and this is the kind of process that I went through right now to come up with this new watch list, and I think they're very important to have. It's something that you can monitor, find some with good volume. I got this one here. You can get them many ways. You can get alerts off people you know. You can get them off the CNBC. You can get them off the internet. Get them off Twitter. You can get them off scans. And this is how I come across this one here. I got trade ideas. And I was just kind of looking around. I got many scans to use. So I've kind of created a little watch list off this scan here. It's called Buzzing Around, and pretty popular stocks. And I'm going to be watching these stocks this coming week, and I'm going to try to make 5 trades off each one of these here stocks. But creating a scan, I like to have them both high and lows when I'm looking at them, and I like them to be very popular, really in the scene and being talked about a lot. So we had on this one here, we had Johnson & Johnson. We took Microsoft play. Uber might be setting up for a good little play here. Nike's on here. Home Depot in the red might be something to look at. Boeing, I might want to add Boeing on here because it pulled back. So there you go. I add Boeing on here. You had PFE. We've got PayPal. I added it on here because it's in the red. These pullbacks are pretty good. I went on down. I kept scrolling on down. And I come across Roku, and I said, "Oh, well, I really like Roku." So got me a little watch list going, and I'm going to be working off that watch list. So this is Roku. For example, I can go through these and probably find a play on every one of them. But this is the sneaky snake swing trade strategy that I've been putting in play this coming month, and I'm trying to break them down into 3 different steps: an entry step, a consolidation step, and then also the breakout step, the exit, which is number 3. And these swing trades, I put them out for about 2 or 3 months, and it seems like they've been doing pretty good after about a week, because I'm looking for bottoms. I like to buy at support and sell at resistance. Many people would like to buy up in here and try to catch a breakout. Well, I'm down here looking for the bottom. I'm guaranteed a 5 to 10x return compared to someone that's up here trying to get it on 50-week highs or, So I'm looking for setups. This one here is bouncing off the 200, I think. We've had a nice little correction, and I mean a real nice correction from the 50 at 404 all the way down to 357. To me, that's a little overdone and overstated. So we pulled back to this one support, and I kind of like this here, 363.58. So I'm going to come in here Monday. I'm going to buy me a contract or 2, maybe 3 or 4, and take it for a long swing. If it does pull back to the pivot point of this channel, that'll be ideal. I'll start off with 1, and then I'll just kind of build it up and execute my trade however the market tends to, the market dictates how I trade. So this is kind of a little idea on how, for beginners, if you wanted to create a watch list, I've got some pretty good ones on here, and we're just going to kind of run through these, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on and get to work. So here's Boeing. Let's pull this back here. Boeing had some news. It had a nice little breakout. It's pulling back right now. So let's go to the 20-day. This thing can pull. I've got a support alert here set at 233.24 to take the trade. You notice I only got one trend line on this here chart. We bounced off this triple bottom. I'm thinking if we do touch this triple bottom down here, that's my idea of entry 2. Off the 200 on the 20-day 1 hour. We've done it once, we've done it twice, and we could do it a 3rd time. This moving average could be moving up a little bit. This could be pulling back, and then we have a little smoochy, and I'll take the trade. GD's pulled back. I got one trend line on here, a pivot point area, and I'm going to put that get up here and put this on here. So I got some kind of idea that maybe we could pull back to that area and take the trade. 197.50. Home Depot's in the red. You see how we've bounced off this 200 on the 20-day 1 hour? I think she's set for another bounce. So, you know, this is how I try to find trades. I usually take them off the 200 if I can. Now I'm buying the dip, selling at resistance. Buying the dip, selling at resistance. Buying the dip, selling at resistance. So I do this on a continuous basis. This stock alone, HD, you could have took 3 different times, and I think you can take it to third, and we can run this back up. Maybe hit resistance right around 335. So that's the idea. 1 trend line, 1 entry. And I went through a week ago, last weekend, I talked about the pivot point and how to take a trade just on 1 trend line. So here's Johnson & Johnson. Sympathy play to mRNA. We could be hitting a high up here, pull back to a support, take the trade off to 21, and bring it on up. So there, you know, creates a good little watch list. Now we did break out of the box. We did run into the 200 here. If we pull back to maybe 236, or even down here to my low support at 233 on McDonald's, I'll take the trade. Microsoft called a breakout on this one here, an ascending triangle. So we broke out on Friday. This thing's going to 300. That's my target. Shoe Dog pulled back and hit the 200. Been a perfect time to take that trade. Double bottom at 169.46. 1 trend line's all I need. 169.46 alert set. PFE, we had to break out on this. Sympathy played at Myrna, same as Johnson & Johnson. We could go ahead and break on out. If we can get past that 49, we'll see 50. If not, she'll pull back to this 48.17 area. PayPal, she's had a nice little pullback. I think we're setting up for a spring breakout. We break past this 200, we're going to go higher. So I'll be looking to break that 200. If we pull back to a double bottom, I might take the trade and run it up to the 200 and see if that breaks. Roku, I'm set up in this trade here. I got step 1, 2, and 3. I'll be taking this trade on Monday and exiting in step number 3. This is called the sneaky snake swing trade idea. Starbucks had a great run. We've pulled back. We're looking at a pretty decent support level. I'm going to raise this up a little bit, see if I can get in this here stock right around the 116 area. We've got Snow. Snow's on the verge of another breakout. I'd like to see it pull back to support somewhere right around 385 to take the trade. 1 trend line is all I need. Spot, it's pulled back pretty hard. We found this little bottom here. Let's see if we can start to bounce up, break this 50, create a sneaky snake swing trade, run it up to resistance level of 232. First we got to break the 223. There's a good one right there, Spot. Keep an eye on it. Uber pulls back to my support here at 41. We could find a bounce right off this one here, right there off of 42.10. Run it back to the 200. Try to get it back to 44.91. Hard resistance. There you go. One line out. And VIAC, we're pulling back again. It had a nice little breakout here. I think if we can get past this resistance, well, it's really, this is going to be our target if we get in the trade. We had a triple bottom down here. There was first support right about in here. 38.92. 38.18 for a strong buy. If she does start to break out, we got to break past that $40 area. This is VIC. That's one good way of creating a watch list and running off of it. So if you know, the internet's a wonderful place to create a watch list. If you're my platform task helps me out. I've got my message center up here, so when I set my alerts, I can take the trade. Or and also got my news down here in case there's any news that pops up. I'm able to go ahead and read that too. So I wish everybody a great day, and we'll see you this coming weekend. How to create a watch list and how to make trades off that watch list. Have a great day.